Richard or Jane has coming at you, we can highlight that, that will be fantastic.
So are you ready?
Okay.
Yeah, ready? Okay. I'll start with 5 minutes. You can. Good afternoon, fellow Hong Kong U students and online participants. Thank you for joining us during your lunchtime. If there's any chance participate in the Zoom couldn't hear us well, to let us know. I'll be monitoring the chat room. Yeah. And so today we have a very first seminar of our food waste innovation seminar series. So we're looking at a very different topic. And today we are really honored to invite Dr. Chang to visit us and share with you stories behind the scenes, something you cannot Google, something you cannot find on ChatGPT before. All right. So a little bit of a background. So this is a 6 months project funded by Hong Kong U Knowledge Exchange. And thank you for Jackie and Lucia for making this project happen. So we could all be here. And it's also supported by Hong Kong Chefs Association. So what do we organize is we want to facilitate knowledge exchange between industry, academia, and also students. So, and our program is supported by industry players like Sean and Sean, and we are welcoming more companies on board. And there are 3 main project components. First is a food-based innovation competition. So in around June, we will see some interesting product ideas from food and nutrition science faculty. And food-based audits will assess what kind of popular food waste come out from the restaurant in Hong Kong these days. And the third is we organize some industry workshops for the chefs and food operators to educate them about the latest trend in the food waste handling. So jumping into today's seminar, so a bit of the background. So every day there are around 3,500 tons of food waste in Hong Kong. And for the last decade, our government has put extra effort to reduce food waste in Hong Kong. So one of the prominent efforts is to build a processing facility, turning food waste into electrical power and fertilizers. So when I designed the seminar framework, I was wondering, what if we could invite people behind the scenes? Because it is a large-scale project. Just imagine from the food waste perspective, shipping them from the restaurant all the way to land or water. It's a big project. It requires
and possibly to visit Seoul in early summer. There will be no joint statement issued this time.
Very happy to
Climate now, a weather phenomenon known as an atmospheric river has dumped more torrential rain in the U.S. state of California, forcing evacuations, power outages, and road closures. Heavy rains wreaked havoc on roads and endangered homes along the coast in southern California.
If you're interested, you can Google more about backgrounds of OPA 1. And I would like to invite our speaker today, Dr. Kelvin Chang and Violia, to show us more the subject and the behind the scenes. Thank you.
Potential flooding forecast at the possible 12th atmospheric river. You're watching Global Watch. Still to come.
And you can make everybody move.
Yeah, you can hear my voice. So it's my pleasure to be here. I'm Kelvin Chang, coming from Viola, Hong Kong. I'm the business director for landfill collection and transportation. So the topic here is food waste, but I'm sure that you will learn more than it is food waste. You will learn how Viola as a global company and assist the decarbonization program in Hong Kong to assist the carbon neutrality by the year 2050. This is very hot topic. So to get started, so to continue the process, yes. I would like to make it more interactive. So I know there will be a section of interview, also make a question from the floor. I'm really welcome to do that. So today I would like to give a very brief introduction about Veolia, not the selfie, but make sure that why we are here and how we can integrate our services to assist the Hong Kong government in terms of reduce the carbon footprint by 2050. So I would like to link up the carbon neutrality of the Hong Kong's program, and also how the food waste can be turned the life cycle into science and engineering. I think we will find it very interesting. So a little bit background about our company, founded in France almost 170 years ago, about 20,000 employees worldwide. Recorded revenue 22.8 billion euro in 2022. More detail you can look at our website. Here's our global presence. Most of the revenue still come from the upper half is coming from Europe and Central Europe, but we have been very successful in globalization. You can see we are here in Asia, in Africa, South and North America, and Asia contributes about 10% of the group's revenues. And globally, we have 20,000 employees, and in Hong Kong, as well in Asia, we have about 27,000. There are three major expertise that we have been operating. First one is drinking water, recycling some wastewater. The second one is one of the major topics here is about the waste. How we can treat the hazardous or non-hazardous waste, and how we can recycle this resources and recover the material into energy. And the third part is about energy. We concern about how the energy efficiency in the building, how we can use the green energy from waste. So we have three major essential elements that is related to our everyday life, and we will have to working this globally and also in Hong Kong. So a little bit background about where we are as said by Venus. We are behind the scene, so we don't know our names, but we are everywhere. You can see from here, we operate the landfills. The three major strategic landfills at the Hong Kong, the West, Land, and Sand, and also the Central Extension. And we also operate 6 disposal landfills in Hong Kong that were closed for many years, but still have to take care about the environmental performance. We operate 5 out of 7 transfers in Hong Kong, which you can see all those garbage truck taking the waste and disappear somewhere. Then they went inside into the transfer station and get with some handling process, send the waste to the landfill. More important that we have a Wylong, we have the colleague from Wylong here. They are the commercial arm of our Veolia to collect most to produce all the collections that today digitalized smart collection, which I will go into more details later on. And more important that is on the downstream. After the collecting of those recycled food waste, where we send to. We operate the first of these organic waste recycling center in Siu Ho Wan, the old part 1, since 2018. We see about 20 tons a day. And we also operate other waste facilities, such as the King Park, is an installation of 2,000 tons per day of the stuff. Yeah. Okay. So in terms of our appearance, I can show you some photos, which we can better to see what our facility looks like. You can see the landfills, you can see the restore landfill, the transfer station, and also some photos about the old part. Okay, so these are the not really open to the public, but you can arrange the research so that you can zoom in the details what we're doing inside each of these facilities. Both some of them may be open area, just like the landfill. Some can be within the facility, just like the old part. Okay. And Wylong is a commercial arm in Spain. They have specialized in the collections, smart collection, including the recyclable food waste, one of the recyclable material that we collect from the source and send to the old part. And we also recover plastic, paper, and other valuable recyclables as well. And I'm going to be detail about this smart equipment. Wylong is the main thing is the innovations in this smart collections. Okay. So a little bit background about the Veolia, but how can our system link up to assist the Hong Kong government in terms of the carbon neutrality? So here is a background you can show on the website. We have to reduce about our carbon emission by 50% out from 2005 by 2035. And by 2050, we have to get carbon neutral. That means the quality we emit have to be stored somewhere. So that means we have to achieve this. It's a great target and a challenge for the Hong Kong. And I'm invited to look at these 4 strategies about how we generate green energy, how we reduce the waste, how we effectively green transportation, and also how we can have some energy savings. But looking at this, you can see how Veolia's 3 major pillars of our existence is actually in line with the strategies that we need to implement. Carbon neutrality, 2030, it must be zero landfill. Everyone knows that the landfill is still the major waste, downstream waste facility at now at the moment. But by this target, we have to achieve a zero landfills by 2030. And this is a series of timelines, so you can go to the EPD website. But more important is that government has been implementing and constructed a series of waste facilities in preparation for these carbon neutralities. Globally, we already announced that in March, recently, after you invite me to here, there's a global offer that we need to have provide a green path for carbon zeros to assist all our customers to reduce the carbon emissions. And we identify a number of these solutions based on what type of customer you are. But basically, you can see these are the 4 major solutions. Upstream, what we can do on the upstream, what we can do on the production part, what can we do on the downstream in terms of the waste product, and what innovation we can provide according to our best expertise. So from this, I get into a little bit more here in this session. I try to summarize how this global offer can be effective or materialized in the Hong Kong food waste collections, divided into upstream, how we can engage our food waste producer. On the logistics side, how we can have some routing engineering, use of IoT and other digitalization. And on the downstream, again, O-Power is one of the many applications projects in Hong Kong for recovery energy. And showing how innovation, Veolia is working to offer to our customers to bring the Hong Kong. Okay, so in the final and in my main part of the presentation, I will mainly focus on these 4 main streams. Before doing that, Veolia must itself get a legal compliance. So we are legally registered as a food waste generator, collector, chemical waste collector, chemical collector. So we are bounded by law and the regulation that we have to provide a professional and legal collection system. That's one thing very important, that if you're looking for someone to take care about your waste, whatever it's hazardous waste or food waste, you need to check whether they have these relevant authorities permits or allow them to take away your waste or recycle. General food waste, you can check a lot of 3,600 tons of purchasable waste in Hong Kong. Where are we going? The landfill. Yes, of course, we have the old part, but we need more. So in the landfill, the major difficulty we are facing is carbon emissions because of the degradation of these food waste at the end will lead to carbon dioxide, also methane. And everyone knows that the methane, sorry, it's 28% stronger in terms of the greenhouse gas effects than carbon dioxide. So to capture the methane and capture the carbon dioxide is one of the objectives for our group. But more important is to avoid this type of the valuable material get sent to the landfill first. So these are objectives. Here's some data you can see from the website. Splitting the greenhouse gas generation in Hong Kong by sectors. No doubt that the power company is the major one, about 60% of the greenhouse gas. Come next is the transportation, all those heavy trucks, bus running on the road. Of course, there's a lot of improvement in terms of Euro emission and something change to hybrid, whatever. But the waste side is contributing about 9% of the emissions. And you can see it's gradually increasing as well. So there's something that we must address. And in terms of waste, the major source is coming from the landfill. And in fact, it's all Veolia are working on this field landfill. So we have a lot of pressure to assist the government in getting a good carbon reduction program as well. So there's a lot of initiative taken in the landfill side, but it's not the major thing for this seminar today. But guarantee to you that Veolia is doing a lot to increase the capture of the landfill gas for beneficial use of the landfill, so that we can effectively reduce the percentage of this waste portion of the greenhouse gas. The gray section is on the waste. Okay, So if everyone's duty, including you and me, generated the waste, how we can reduce the greenhouse gas generated from our waste. Okay, here's one is a bit interlinkage between the waste producer, there's a food waste generator, can be yourself, can be at the kitchen, or can be a restaurant or hotel. And how we can Wailong or part of the Veolia can provide a smart or up-to-date collection services to bring all those waste to our downstream treatment center, that is the O part, to recover the energy and also recover the compost for beneficial use. So the solution I'm talking about will focus on these three cycles together. So solution one, no doubt, we need to talk about the upstream. Upstream is we have to come in contact with the waste producer. Can be a community, can be some of those small size, cheap size restaurant, can be a large hotel chain. So we have done a lot to including a community work. How we can do that? Yes, we have vehicles traveling around Hong Kong every day to educate what will be the smart recycling in the future. Inside these vehicles, we put these smart recycling bins. Someone may see this in the green center as well, because we provide this. So you can use your cell phone, download the Green Dot apps, identify yourself. But a lot of general citizens doesn't have this mindset. So they still have this big color bins concept. So what we can do is ask them to come to our vehicles. We have the promoter to demonstrate to them what will be the future of the digitalized, more personalized waste recycling activities. So there's a part of this engagement. Of course, we also need to develop the website, the web page, and the mobile app to promote the food waste collections. So this website is under construction now, hopefully by 1st of April, we'll have a brand new web page about the food waste collection for the new Territories East contract to educate and also to interact with the waste producer more effectively. And besides that, we have our promoters taking this the leaflet, handing out the leaflet to the street size eatery, the small restaurant, the small fast restaurant, so to educate them because they may not usually access the social media to learn this concept. So we reach them personally, explain to them, and also we offer the collection services. That is part of the contract we have with the government to collect the food waste from this restaurant. So we approach this street level people. Don't estimate the difficulty because they are very busy. They only 1 or 2 people working, so you have to visit them a few times so you can talk there. But that is the work that we have to do to have a physical engagement. Okay, and we also indicate a little bit that what are the saving potentially if they take away the food waste. What will be the incentive? But I think more important is education of them. And we will leave out the leaflet a lot of what we can receive that if we have to take the sample, take the specimen, the food waste to the old part, what can be suitable for the subsequent processor and what is not suitable. Because the processor itself is very heavily depends on the purities. Not just for the food recycling, any recycling process, if you make paper with plastic, or you're not cleaning your juice bottle before you send the bottle for recycling, you will contaminate the whole batch of the material and causing an extra cost in the downstream recycling. So education for clean recycling, for food waste, or any other recycling type is necessary. Some of these are not suitable. Yeah, we have a education for that. Okay, so on the upstream side, we have done a lot of things. But what about the middle side, the logistics side and collection? So it's here where the Wailong comes. Traditionally, you mentioned that we can have the collection of food waste from different commercial industrial from the food store and send the truck directly to the OPA. But it is less economic. Every truck bringing the food waste and burn a lot of carbon on the road. So we can use a more centralized collection. For example, this is a small truck and we transfer the waste into large mechanical compactors. Use a solar panel to power this up. And once it is full, for example, 10 tons, it can put about 10 small truck paying of the materials. And then we can send only 1 tray to the OPA. So we have a lot of savings in terms of carbon footprint. Later I can tell you we only have a green path program to calculate what type of the savings in terms of logistics, very important. Okay. And also for the collection, you need to have a very clear identification of who are the waste producers. at what time we come to collect the waste, and in fact, we can also identify which bins belong to which restaurant. Sometimes we have to go back to discuss the restaurant owner that okay, on certain days your waste is not so well separated, so we need to have a further education. But without the identity, without the time of this collection, we can never come back to the waste producer to have further education. So this kind of digitalization is a new latest trend for the collection business, particularly for those recyclables. One thing is that I'm not really particular for it's about the safety. We have installed try to install this type of software to monitor the performance, drive attitudes, and also the attention of the driver when they carry out these collections. For example, if the driver is not feeling good, you may feel dizzy or fall asleep. This AI program can send a signal to his supervisor to say, okay, your driver may have something feel not comfortable. So please do something. So I think we have do a lot of this type of the IoT and AI into the collection business, which is very different from the traditional type of recycle collections that you can see in the 30 years in Hong Kong. And we also identify each of the bins with a QR code or RFID, so you can use a PD prompt to scan it, to welcome the waste each bins instantly and send to the car. So exactly after we collecting the food waste from the certain site. From food market, for example, it's here. We are collecting the food waste from this building, from smart building, also from campus buildings. So we can exactly know what the waste of the food waste has been collected. So it's instantly online. It is just showing that how we can integrate the site data, digitalize this, so a driver can receive a list of those visiting points the day before, so he can schedule his program accordingly. And all those data will be sent to a cloud basis, including the data attendance to the driver and also the bins information. And we also record the waste when we send the food waste to OPA. So we can digitalize all those things. So we know exactly the manager in the control can see which truck has already arrived at OPA and what tonnage of the food waste has been delivered. And there's an inventory of which customer has been involved in that particular load, which particular bins collecting at what time. It's so detailed, you can easily check from our digitalization program. So because of all those information, you can do a lot of analysis, which we can never do that if you still rely on the old type of the paper summary sheet. But now you can do, for example here, which sector contribute the major part of the food waste generator, whether it's a restaurant group, hotel group, or certain residential buildings. And also we can see the trend of them here, how many bins or how many in terms of kilogram they contribute in a trend. So by doing that, they can compare the KPI of the individuals. For example, a property management company is a KPI for how many kilograms a day, and then we can easily generate a such a report with them to monitor how effective their source separation programs has been doing. And this is our data. We generate this and we also send to our customer, for example, the government, to advise them how is the programs are working. And some of the participants may be doing particularly well. Some of them may be need a little bit more education. So that's why I promote to come on the site to talk to them to educate the frontline workers. Okay, so the second solution I thought is about how the logistics and the digitalization is very important. But what about the downstream? After we notice that we don't want to waste all the effort from the generator and from logistics. At the end, we go back to the landfill. So I'm sure that it is not. Where are they going? The EPD website can easily tell you how the OPA 1 is working, 200 kilograms per day. And this is a process when the waste is being collected. There will be a pre-treatment system, a crushing system, a trommel to put them in different sizes. And the wastewater will be treated. And also the distillery of the waste will send to the biogas to join the biogas. The biogas, after some treatment, to remove the H2S or ammonia, we send to the CHP to join the electricity for the whole OPA use. And also the surface will be hooked up to the grid. And the biogas will be treated by the latest technologies. So we have all those processes to guarantee that it is properly treated, the energy is fully recovered. And sometimes by product, let's say those are digested, and the way digested them will be turned further into a compost for beneficial use as well. So it's 100% recycling, and we have a very good system to record the information. So how can you do that? All those data you can extract from the website, but later on, this one is what we the Veolia's technologies. We have this asset management system. This OPA is very complicated, very advanced technologies. So we need to ensure that every process is under the control, not by manual. Everyone, the new installation will check this thing, it's very old stuff. So we have to use a digitalized system to monitor the performance, how to schedule a preventive maintenance for equipment, what type of instrumentation and calibrations, all those things. So we have developed this Veolia asset management system to guide us, so the computer will generate a log sheet to the maintenance people, what type of maintenance they need to do by what day. So when they finish, they enter all this information. And by doing that, we have very good inventory about the performance of individual. For example, we have a twin boiler. One is require more maintenance time, and the other one is less. Why is that? We have all those data support. So that is the benefits of using this awareness system for us to monitor the performance of the whole plant individuals, and also for us to project the preventive maintenance. Very important for a successful and reliable processing plant. Okay, so about the downstream one, so besides that, we cannot just working with the latest technology before moving forward, looking at what is available in the outside world. So in terms of the technologies, I think that we are bringing these smart bins. Everyone can use a cell phone to download the Green Dots app, and it's very personalized. If you activate this, you put in your recyclable, you will get a redemption of the point, and this redemption point you can get some reward. In the future, it's very important when the municipal solar waste charging is coming to on board. So everyone has his own personalized account to encourage them to participate in this very meaningful recycling exercise. And our recycling bin can have a very good inventory. We don't know your names, but it knows which particular ID has an inventory. The importance of this is that you can do a lot of statistics, for example, which particular district has more participations, or what age group of the citizen is more actively to participate in these recycling processes. So you can have the authority to formulate the future education programs. And this some of the systems have a camera, so you can know a little bit about what is the nature of the waste we get into these bins. And then the case for these existing particular bins, it could be very difficult for one to ensure the qualities and the composition of the recyclables. Okay. We always also emphasize on paperless. So because of this use the POM and the on-cloud on the online programs, we don't need any piece of paper for the operators to fill in, which was the traditional practices. And also we use the QR code or QR code to scan our bins, so we can know exactly which bin has been where are they. If any bins have been damaged and replaced, we have a whole inventory of this to the customer. So the customer will know the inventory about when the waste has been collected, where the bins are at the moment. And we can help the customer to set the KPI, as I explained to you, because we have a whole set of data to support what is the performance of the last month or last quarter, and how does this compare your KPI. I know there's some people would like to know how I can set the KPI in terms of the monitoring of performance. I think this digitalized program is the essential for looking for monitoring the KPI. Okay. Besides that, we have other tools, and we call these hubways. You can see all those web the minerals, AI, IoT, cloud, and also the analysis. We have these systems to help us for a lot of good initiative. We get the data from our digitalized program, but we need to do some analysis. We need to project what the performance of particular plant or particular collection was in terms of the performance. So once we get into this hubway system, we can combine the information from the operation side, and we can combine using the IT, IoT, and the AI technology to help us to do a lot of analysis and presentations. So we know exactly where we are in terms of our customer, in terms of the performance, in terms of efficiency. And once we get the efficiency comparison with the KPI, we can propose some action plan and the monitoring as well. So this hubway systems has been largely used at OPA. So we know how our equipment is performing, how the waste treatment plant process has been clean up the ammonia, or how the fuel gas has removed the H2S. So we have a very good system to get us alert. You can see many people here. I hope some days some of you will be one of these people. So we need a lot of people. We need the analysts, we need the operator, we need the system managers. We need someone to look at this analytical data to propose some solutions. We need someone really looking for the data and compare the KPI and propose some solution. So we welcome that as an opportunity for any school leaver to enter in this field, because they can enter in different positions depending on your knowledge and also your interest as well. But this hub-based system, believe me, is a very integrated system. So we need to have a lot of input from different areas and pull together to get some meaningful analysis data for management to make some decision. And also for the customer, they can see, for example, we know that this is an energy efficiency program for service buildings. So what type of the energy saving we have been achieved last quarter? What will be the projected energy consumption in your power bill? So we can also make this projection by these hub-based systems. And another one is particularly on the carbon neutrality. We have this Green Path program, which is a very good tool for us to record what are the sources. Someone studying this carbon neutrality will be very familiar with this Scope 1 emissions, Scope 2 and Scope 3 emissions. So I'm not going into detail, but we have a very clear methodology to identify where are your sources. We quantify your sources. And by doing that, you can do a lot of action plan to respond to the analysis result. So we can propose some solution to you. And also, for example, if you are doing a lot of the field, can we use an alternative field? Can we use a hydrogen cell? All those things, all those things are for screen sharing has stopped. So, okay. So it's almost the end of my presentation. It's just about thank you. So I think this innovation is the way that indicators by doing the recycling, we cannot just do the defense of the labor. Labor intensive is the part history. Whether we need to educate our citizens, educate the industry, educate the downstream operators to more about how we can work together in a digitalized way to assess this carbon reduction process. So quickly, it's about presentation. So thank you very much.
So I think thank you, Dr. Cheng. And then we have the second part. There's like an interview session with Dr. Cheng. So I'm sure there are some questions from you guys. And for that, we have like 2 questions prepared by our lecturer, Dr. Sam Leung. And then let me invite Dr. Sam Leung. That you two can stand here and then just.
So it's a really impressive presentation, and I mean, it's amazing. It's a futuristic thing that I didn't know Hong Kong is already happening to have this kind of like food waste recycling facilities, so many different things that is going on. So Veolia seems to be a company that help a lot in Hong Kong to reduce the waste. So I mean, the company have already been in Hong Kong for like some time. So what are the biggest challenges Veolia have been facing in implementing this kind of food waste recycling initiative?
Okay, thanks for the question. I would like to answer this by two different sectors, basically by individuals, and also the second one is by the business. So for the individuals, I think the change of the mindset is very important. Take for example, are you separating your food waste at your home? One question I would like to ask you. You don't need to answer me, but you know that. So I think it's very important that whenever you generate some waste, whether it's food waste or other recyclable waste, you need to make sure that you can separate this clean, so that the downstream, the production and the downstream processes can take it in a more cost-effective manner. So I think the major difficulty at the moment is that of education and the mindset change of the individuals. So that's why we have these community smart cycling vehicles going online to encourage the citizens. Sometimes maybe more than 200 to 300 citizens enter into the vehicle to learn about this recycling. In terms of business, yes, business people also they are governed by their ESG and also CSR. So they are more looking for how you can assist them to provide a recycling processing, to maximize recycling, particular food waste, and other recyclable in a systematic manner, traceable, auditable, so that they can present this in their group report, and also they can see how this can reduce their group's carbon decarbonization processes. So I think we have 2 different approaches, and we have the solution as explained to you that we can approach that. But at the moment, before the municipal charging scheme, solid waste charging scheme, before the MSW is fully implemented, It's a little bit difficult to push the commercial to look into this seriously. I think about the COVID-19 in the last 2 years, a lot of impact. So right now the recovery is coming back. So it's a good time for us to bring this to the commercial industrial customer to bring this up to speed.
Yeah, I agree that awareness of people in Hong Kong about like food waste recycling may be the biggest challenge that you guys are facing, because I remember last night I saw a TV show and they talk about like the food waste recycling bin. The audience there, they don't even know the bins are in purple color. They don't even know there are some recycling bins that can actually help you to recycle some food waste. I'm sure our students might not all of them know about, oh, there is a recycling bin in Hong Kong that can help to recycle some food waste, not only paper or some cans. So the next question I'm going to ask, I think, is for our students. I remember you mentioned in your seminar, there are some posts or some career development that is related to some sustainability or some environmental management. If our students would like to enter this field, what advice can you give them to prepare for them, or what kind of career they can purchase after they can pursue after they graduated from the degree?
Good question. Yeah, everyone, including myself, I graduated here many years ago. I'm a Hong Kong U graduate. So the first barrier is to get into the job. It's very important. So I suggest that before you get into the first job, try to see if you can looking for more information about different companies that are engaged in this field. Our company is one, there can be other companies. Not just for those commercial companies, you can look in for some NGO, because they are doing a lot of those, for example, the upstream engagement, education program. They have a lot of opportunity as well. And also to get yourself into some membership, even though you may not be eligible for the membership of the HKIE or I2MA, but you may be affiliate a member. So you get into this organization so that you can circulate with their information, maybe even enter in some gathering, so you get connected people. So I suggest that you can start with all those direction first. And in terms of the opportunities, yeah, you may not looking for a full-time job at the first beginning. You may be looking for a part-time job. For example, as I mentioned, we can promote some promoters to educate the citizens about this smart recycling. This recycling vehicles, we need promoters every day to educate the citizens. So we are including a lot of them part-time university students. So they can come any time of the week, as long as they have time. They will come with some pay, not much, but at least it is some incentive. So at least they know they are getting into this system. They know the technologies. They can talk to the citizens, so they can enrich their understanding as well. So I think this part of the part-time is very important. And also our company also provides an internship to looking at different type of opportunities. OPA have the internship, Wyland has the internship. We have the internship last year to develop how we can be reporting the decarbonization for a lot of waste facility in Hong Kong. So all those things can be available. So you can sometimes look at our website. We can sometimes include the internship as well.
That's great. So students, if you want to enter this field, remember to pay attention to like Veolia and White Loan. So maybe there are some internship opportunities for you even during your study.
Yeah.
I'll leave the chance to some question from the audience. I think after you listen to the seminar, you might have some questions. So anyone, just raise your hand. I can give you my, yeah.
Thank you very much for your presentation. And so I want to ask, because you mentioned about the bins and collection from industry as well as individuals. How can we find these bins? Because I recycle my food waste, for instance, but I'm contracting somebody personally to do that. So it could be seen as a deterrent for some people who have to pay like extra money for it. It's not like easily available. And I believe it's the same for the commercial sector. So what does a restaurant have to do, or hotel have to do if they want to recycle food waste? Is there any maybe you know some upcoming programs by the government they can join? So great information. Thank you.
Good. Very good question. Yes. Once you get your food waste separate, you want it to be taken away legally and sent back to the downstream. Yes. The government has also recognized there's also need a recognized structured collection system. So they have announced 4 contract so far since last year. It's collection of the food waste from the Hong Kong islands. The first one, White Loan is one of these. Is a contract for this as well. And they have the contract for the Kowloon district. And also recently they award the landfill contract for the New Territory East and New Territory West. So who will eligible to be covered by this collection? Mostly it's the government facilities, schools, hospitals, university, including we are collecting the food waste here at 4 collection points, against 5 buildings, and this building as well for food waste. So you can see the green, the purple beans is the RFID or QR code over there. So we are on the operator of each of the contract. We need to actively lock the door to the hotels or the property management company or even the residential buildings for them to encourage them to participate. So that's why we need a group of the promoters to call them up. If you remember, I saw you and you make a leaflet to contact these streets level eatery because they are not producing a lot. But when you are talking about many of these small restaurants, they are actually a lot. So we have to actively knock the door to them to explain to them why this project is beneficial to them. So to cut it short, by going through this project, whatever is government buildings or the commercial industrial, they are welcome, including individuals, residential buildings. So there is a contract that the government can take your food waste free of charge, but ensure that it is legally sent to the open for recycling.
I see. So we also have one question from the Zoom audience. So they ask, a lot of effort and energy is still being used to separate and process waste. So trucks are still producing pollution and traffic congestion of roads, etc. So what is being done to reduce food waste at source, or what can be done particularly in commercial and industrial sectors like in business? How can they do?
I didn't overlap with the question I just explained, but I would like to emphasize again that what we can do is to do the engagement education is very important for individuals. To develop a habit, you have to use those young teenagers here. You can educate your parents, your relatives about this food waste. And for the commercials, as I mentioned, there's yes, we need to have a really good logistic engineering so that when we collect the food waste from different establishments, we are not wasting our fuel by burning the fuel, wasting a lot of the congestions. So by using this green path, we can monitor the performance of our collection activities. Why we are doing burning this carbon dioxide in last month, taking this quantity of food waste compared to the carbon dioxide emissions and the quantity we collect of this month. So all those things will be very transparent with this hub research. We can share with our customers so they know how we're performing in terms of the green transportation. And also we can talk with them, for example, if we can train the collection time, the pattern of how the food waste is being taken out from the premises for the collection base, we can effectively increase our wood density and increase the efficiency. So all those same details can be discussed with the customer.
So someone raised a hand in Zoom. Do you want to ask some question? Like, oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you can unmute yourself if you want to ask your question, like Vivian.
If not, we can take the chance.
Yeah, if no, then we give one more question for the audience here. Anyone here you want to ask some questions related to today's topics, or have anything you want to ask Dr. Kane? Okay.
What's the uptake like when you give information to small businesses to divert their food waste landfills, and how often do you need to remove contaminated site food waste?
To our Facebook, you will make what is the tonnage percent to the landfill or what?
Percentage of businesses we approach, we choose to divert their waste to landfill, so they choose to go to ballpark.
Okay. I cannot say is we have a survey for the whole Hong Kong, but I can tell you the latest statistic. For example, this is a young gentleman sitting here. They visited 70 eatery in Taipo regions 2 days ago. And about 20% of them sign up for our collection services. So it's just a snapshot about how the reaction rate. Of course, the remaining 50 number of them will not necessarily mean not interested. Maybe they are the boss not here, they're not really understand the whole thing. So we will continue to visit them again. But that is initially that 20 out of 70 on the first contact would like to engage in this collection service. It's not a bad number. Yeah, but of course, I understand we need to do more of this one. So that's why once our websites or webpage or mobile apps are available, I think it can be have more and more social attention or reaching the community. As I mentioned, the mindset change education is the primary, is the law for a successful recycling, whatever is food waste, whatever type of recycled materials. All those technologies, digitalization of the program will come after next. Wherever you get a clean, separate, recyclable, that will be the best. Okay. Thank you for your question.
Okay, in consideration of time, it's like an awesome sharing from Dr. Chang and also a good interview session of Dr. Sandler. And I think that's almost it for today's seminar session. So since we have a great start of like a young audience, why don't we do a group photo, right?
Yeah, sure.
So we're going to sit in front of and also invite Marcus and Benjamin and Monsieur. So thank you for the online audience and look forward to participate again for our seminar 2 and 3 to study food waste challenge from different angles. All right. Let's give a big hand to Dr. Chang first. Thank you. Okay, I'll stop the recording and then see you next time on audience.